Hi, I'm Kim Wilson,
And I'm Natasha Marchewka.
and this is Speechless.
Speechless. Speechless.
Welcome to our behind the scenes take on real life in VO, where we share our stories and our resources and our unsolicited opinions. Today, we have someone named Paulette Lifton, and she is much more than your average voiceover coach. Is there such a
Yeah.
thing as an average voiceover coach?
No.
I don't know. No. But you have got to hear what Paulette has to offer. Natasha, you met her in yoga,
I
right?
did. I met her in yoga class. Turns out she's the co-owner of Voice Masters. If you want to look it up, Voice Dash Masters. They focus on animation. They have classes, but they also have pro classes, private coaching, demo reels, all kinds of things. And so you can find her there.
Branding.
Well, on paulettelifton.com is
Oh, yeah.
where you can find her branding. She does voice acting coach, voice demo producer, voice casting. She's also a booth director or a voice director. She does like all these things. And the Emmys she won were for audio sound engineering. So she is very talented. Have a listen. Paulette, every time we have people join us, we ask them to bring a drink. What did you bring?
I brought water. I brought water. It's the drink of life.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a source of life, really.
I thought of drinking at 1 p.m, and I'm like,
That's
no.
a day drink. Yeah. Well, I'm in Boston, so I brought an espresso martini. Oh.
That's like one of my favorite drinks.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite ones.
Oh, I haven't had one yet.
Yeah.
What did you
Kim's going to
bring?
be bummed. Acid reflux, hot water. So,
Oh my God.
She's as
Drinking
boring as me.
alone.
but I can't. Acid reflux. I'm in a bad bout of it right now, and with sessions and whatnot, I'm like, so I have to have the hot water.
I will drink alone in my corner here in Boston. Thanks so much, ladies.
We'll make it quick so you can drink alone, Kim.
No, we're all good. We're all good. Paulette, I
So-
am so excited to meet you and learn all about you. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with your website.
And your headshot.
The
We love it so
coaching
very much.
Which website? PauletteLifton.com?
Yes, your branding, audition
Oh,
coaching,
well, that's really sweet. Because
manifest coaching, audition recording, special coaching events. Like what? I can't wait to talk about all
Well,
these things.
because I also am a co-founder of Voice Masters, and that's where all
Yes.
of our classes are at. And I've been working on my personal website for God, I don't know for how long, for a little while now, because I'm looking at like a 5-year plan for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Aren't we all?
Yeah, so I want to be doing more coaching and kind of feel free to just do whatever I want to do and live wherever I
Yeah.
want to live. So that's kind of my goal.
Amen. Exactly.
that.
Exactly. Oh, I should go take you out for coffee or something, Paulette.
Anytime. We'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go to yoga and have coffee.
Sounds good.
Aw.
Sorry, Kim. When you come visit Kim, you can be with us. But Kim won't go to yoga anyway. So
Yeah,
Okay.
well, what
You
do
will?
you mean I won't go to
I thought you
yoga?
hated it. Okay.
No. What? Who
Well,
are
no,
you?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Hey, Paulette, we discovered one of our questions to you was please give us the Cole's Notes version of your interesting story. But Kim asked, what's Cole's Notes? I'm from Canada and we call them Cole's
I
Notes.
Googled it.
Yeah, right? It's Cliff Notes.
It's Cliff Notes.
It's
Like,
Cliff
it just means
Notes in the US of A.
I always tell actors, don't give me a monologue. Give me
Right?
like a few sentences. Well, it's hard to live this long on the planet and not have a long story.
Long story. Yeah.
But I'm going to say, wow, it's difficult. Okay, so I have a lot of, I'm like Zoolander. I'm
You're a
I'm
model?
like a slashy.
Oh,
Like I'm a slash. So
slashy.
I'm a supervising sound editor, so I have 2 Emmys for that. And
2 Emmys.
yes, I
Say
have
it-
2 Emmys for that.
Okay.
And then I also do audio description and I do dubbing, and I have a award I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but I'm up for an award for the MPSCs that's coming in March for a show called Blue Eyed Samurai, which I think it got to be like #4 on Netflix. It's an animated adult animation series.
Cool.
And I had already done a lot of SAG signatory work for games and for other animation from some of my clients because I had 3 recording studios in Burbank and Santa Monica. So that's kind of how I got into voiceover from that. And that was a while ago. And
So
then
you weren't actually doing the voiceover, or were you actually doing the voiceover? Were you coaching
I was
and directing it?
directing and casting.
Directing and casting. Got
Yes.
it.
And then I would probably do a bunch of little tiny characters. Well,
Sure.
some of them were actual really tiny, and some of them were just small parts. And a lot of times I'd voice match people. Like I voice match a lot of different people too.
Sure.
Very cool.
Scratch tracks and different things like that. But I do love
Awesome.
voice directing, and I love voice directing. That's like my favorite thing to do. So
Cool.
what better way to do what you love than to teach actors?
Yeah. Oh, there's
Um,
so many things there. One of them, though,
Yeah,
in
go
left
ahead.
field is the audio description. That's something you're doing at home that you're just
Well,
filling your extra time with, Paulette? Like,
I'm on the show Yellowstone, so I've been working with that team for 4 seasons, and I did 1923 and 1883, and usually I've contracted out because I handle all the dubbing, the Spanish dubbing for them, and captions and things like that. And this year, because of the strike, I had more time, so I actually took it on myself doing
okay.
like I was writing with my an actor. Her and I would take turns writing episodes along with my daughter. She wrote some episodes too. And then I've been working with Mish Pollock, and we got nominated for a Silvis Award this last year for audio
Wow.
description on Lioness. We actually did Lioness too.
Oh, I
So I
love
just,
that show.
yeah, and I just taught a class in audio description. I just finished that class, and it was really fascinating because I learned a lot. Even though I've been doing it, I've learned a lot about how important it is globally.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these amazing studies that these companies have done and spent tons of money on. And there's a lot of free training and a lot of ways for actors to learn how to write and to actually record and to act, because it is it's very nuance driven, meaning
Sure.
you have to keep everything somewhat flat, but
Right.
not so flat that you sound like a computer. It's
Right.
a fine line.
I
Yeah.
would love
Okay.
to have you do something for our audience, like a webinar sometime, Paulette, because ADR, I think, is not ADR. Audio description is yet another genre, and many of us aren't familiar with it. And
Sure.
it's a good business for, not only to diversify our portfolio of genres, but for some people, that's all they do. And I think it's a good job for some people as well.
Oh, I love it. I had such a great response from we had, I think I had like 8 people in the class, and a number of them have taken classes from me before of different things. I teach a dubbing class, and I teach a business class, and I teach animation classes, right? And they were like, we could really tell that you spent a ton of time developing this
Excellent.
class. And
Excellent.
I did, because I was like, how the hell do I teach this to somebody else?
Right. So it's voice-masters.com. Is that the website?
Voice-masters.com.
Voice-masters.com.
That's
Okay.
where they can take a workshop on.
Yeah, I
All of
don't
it.
have one now, but they could get on the waiting list because I'm going to
Sure.
be doing another one. The classes I'm actually starting this week. I'm doing my first improv class for animation
Fun.
characters
Oh,
with
yeah.
a talent named Chris Bass, and he's really an amazing guy. And I really feel like improv is really valuable because what's happening, or what's been happening actually for quite a while, I've noticed in auditions and even in sessions, a lot of production writers, they're like, well, maybe, these people have better ideas, and I'll take their ideas and then I'll put my name on it. That's part of being in entertainment, right?
Uh-huh.
So they like to have actors improv.
Mm-hmm.
I did this session for like a Disney a Disney pilot, and the director's like, I cast it and voice directed it, and every actor like, can you do that each line like 10 different ways? Just change the line. I'm like, oh my God, like who? How do you think this stuff off the top of your head, right? And some people were better at it than others.
I'd be
Some
like, give me 15 minutes. I'd be in the bathroom like,
I'd be
oh,
writing.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I would
Exactly.
love to have a voice director with me in my back pocket all day long
Mm-hmm.
as I do all my auditions and even all my work. That'd be really great. In fact, I thought it would be a great idea to suggest to clients, but selling them on that, trying to sell them on using an engineer so that we can do Source Connect sessions instead of, Paulette nowadays with the disruption of voiceover, and we're doing this all at home, we're taking on the role, everyone's role, the role of engineer, etc., right? And voice director and talent and all the things. So to add an engineer to the mix it's great for the talent, obviously, because then we're hands-free. To add a voice director would be even greater, because some people
How good
don't
would
know
we
how to direct voice.
I
So
was
right,
literally
it'd be so good.
Yeah, I was literally just talking to another one of my alumni who's a really great app person. We were talking about, wouldn't that be great if actors could like take their auditions and upload it somewhere and get feedback before they send it in? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I do that for people a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that I've been working with. Like, okay, just send it to me. I'll see what I think, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
just give you my notes. But it would be, I mean, they used to have booth directors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They still
Yeah,
do.
in your
Here and there.
in your auditions. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think makes a good audition? Like, what do you listen for in submissions?
Okay, so besides having the correct audio level so I can hear it, which
Obvious.
seems very obvious, but you'd be surprised. I'm gonna say the most important thing for me in casting is to not do whatever you think everybody else is gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I'm sending out auditions, let's say I go to, like, I have my 5 or 6 or 7 agencies I go to. So I use like top tier agents, right? And you'll get the specs, they'll send stuff in, and it's like, oh, great, I have like 100 that all sound the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do I decide?
Right.
That's
Mm-hmm.
so if I can't, I sometimes will do redirects if I know the people, to try to get something more out of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll hire somebody I know. I won't hire a newbie. So, well, because I know
All
I've worked
things
with
being
them.
equal, yeah, they're all
Yeah,
equally, they
right.
sound
Because
the
I know they're
same.
gonna, yeah, I know they're gonna do a good job. I know they're gonna show up
Mhm.
on time. I know they're easy to work with. So you are gonna have to bring something really unique. Not unique for the sake of unique, but unique so you've really created something new. And I think idiosyncratic behavior, efforts, physicality, all those things really
We're
help.
talking about animation right now, then. Efforts and stuff would be animation video games as opposed to
If you're
corporate.
asking about commercial, that's a whole different thing.
Right.
Mhm. Okay, let's go commercial. What do you look what do you look for? It's just interesting. Like, what do you look for? That's what you look for in an animation? For
Yeah, because I
commercial, what
do,
do you look
that's what I
for?
do casting. So I don't cast commercial, but I
Well,
do a
then
lot of
forget
commercial
it.
demos.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
I'm gonna say relatability.
Yeah,
relatability.
Relatability.
that is Elaine Craig says relatability. The other word for authenticity is relatability. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
even if your character is zany, you still has to be relatable. Because one thing
Right.
I love to do, at first when I would do a lot of animation demos, and like two of the ones I did this were nominated for Silvis Awards this year too.
Wow.
So, but then I started doing commercial ones like not this around the same time, not as many, but I was like, how do I make this more interesting for me, and how do I make this really shine so this really show their diversity and show their range?
Sure.
Because a lot of commercial demos, it's like, yeah, I got it, okay, I
Yeah.
got it, I don't need to hear anymore. But how do you keep the interest of the person listening with
Uh-huh.
how it's written,
Mhm.
how it's performed, and what is your vocal range? And do you have humor? Can you be sexy? Can you be authoritative? What are all the different sides of you?
Yeah.
I think all those things are important.
Right. Wow.
Great point. Well, we're going to take a quick break and promo our own show, Paulette.
Is this
And
where she
we'll
has
be
vodka?
right
More
back.
vodka? Have a good time.
No, we're going to be right back with Paulette and ask you a question about some sort of crazy, zany stories from the trenches. We'll be right back.
Oh no.
Hi, everybody. Jumping in to talk about prizes. No, we're actually talking about
Fun days.
sponsors, prizes, event. Oh my gosh. And the secret society. All these like fun, amazing things coming up. Sponsors, again, thank you, StudioBricks. Thank you, Vocal Booth To Go, for being the sponsors of our show. We are so.
We couldn't do it without you, for sure.
Also, our 100th episode is April 19th. So you want to
18th.
I'm sorry, April 18th. You're going to want to keep your
April
ears and
18th,
eyes
everyone.
open for that because prizes.
Really
That's
good
where we're giving
prizes.
really good prizes. Joe Cipriano is donating. The voice casters are
Voicecaster.
donating. We have a lot more. We're still pressuring them. But in order to be eligible for the prizes for the 100th episode, you
We want
need
you
to be
to
on our
sign up.
newsletter.
We want you
So
to sign
go
up for our
to
newsletter.
speechlessvo.com, sign up there, and you're just good to go. And if you're already there, you're already one of the cool kids. We also have our secret society. So we have we have a group where we support each other online and but not online for everyone to see. So it's
No.
non-Facebook group. It's a community behind the scenes, but also once a month we get together. And it's only $99 a year. We
Which
just
like
want
works out to like a little over $8 a
Yeah.
meeting. Hello?
It's a little skin in the game just to commit, right?
Right.
Finally, we have something super exciting to announce, but we're just going to tease a little bit. We have a Speechless LA pop-up
Hello?
coming.
Hello?
Limited attendance. We'll tell you more soon. It's about LA casting, camaraderie, and cocktails this summer. Listen for more. All right, back to the show. Okay, we're back with
You go.
Paulette Lifton. She's not quite sure what to make of us yet. First, we want to know some cuckoo stories about, Hollywood, LA, I don't know,
Give us something
casting,
good. Something juicy.
actors, something
Come on.
juicy,
Something good?
Something juicy.
remarkable, something
Something
remarkable. about you.
remarkable?
Juicy.
Okay,
No,
so
no,
I got
excited.
to work with someone who not that I don't love Meryl Streep, but I got to work with Julie Andrews. And I have to tell you, like, being a little girl and watching
Yeah.
Yes.
Sound of Music and all the things she's done, and I'm such a fan. And I got to hear her speak once at the Women in Film luncheon, and she's so beautiful and so amazing. So I had this really bad cold, and we were in this big recording stage, and I literally had like a million cough drops and tea, and I kept trying to not cough. And I was in the same room with her, and we were like
Stressed.
20 feet away. This is before COVID. Okay, no one.
Okay.
Let's,
Okay.
let's be real here. So
It's a cough.
and I'm trying not to cough the whole time. It was so horrible. And then I had a little cough. She goes, "Oh, darling, are you sick? Do you want us to get you some tea?" And I'm like, "No, Julie Andrews wants to get me tea."
Tuck me in.
I know, she's so beautiful and so nice, and it was just such a great memory.
Oh,
Oh,
my
that's
goodness,
a good
adorable.
one.
Yeah, I have a
Adorable.
lot of really good ones. So
Wow. We'll have to have you back. But what we want to know now before we leave you, or you leave us, I mean, we're not leaving you here, Paulette, is the coaching that you're creating under paulettelifton.com includes manifestation coaching, among other things, and branding, I noticed as well.
Yeah.
Can you
that was
tell us a
cool.
little bit more about your whole process of taking in clients and what your process is for
well, I think, it's great to have a vocal coach. It's great to have an acting coach. All those things are really important.
Mhm.
But what I find is, okay, great. So now I've perfected this. I feel like I'm really ready to go. And now what's next? And a lot of it is mental, your attitude. I know that for myself, having come from probably not the best background growing up, and not having a lot of support from my family, and having to really believe the things I told myself in order to really succeed at anything. Changed my career in my 30s, went back to school at night. I was a hairdresser, I had a salon in La Cienega and Melrose. So I, myself had to go through a lot of coaching, a lot of help to redefine myself and recreate myself, and also to be really dedicated to what I was doing, where it's like you aren't turning back. Like the conversation of you basing what you're doing on the results of the day really will mess your head.
Okay.
Because like, do I continue? Do I not? Do I keep moving forward? Oh, I had a bad experience. Oh, I'll stop. Oh, I had a good experience. Now I can do anything. It's this voting process and not being really clear on your intention. And also, how do you support actors to brand themselves and to figure out like what makes them unique and what they're selling? I get emails from actors all the time, for casting, right? And I look, I'm like, this cannot be the best that you can do. Like
Ah,
this is so generic. Why would I want to go off of, out of a limb to help you when I have hundreds of actors I know
right.
and other people that I'm helping and supporting? You're going to have to find a way to make yourself stand out from the crowd. And
Yeah.
what is that going to be? So
Mhm.
it's a lot of really taking the time and setting yourself up for success. And it has to be on all different levels.
Mhm.
So I know I did creative visualization when I was like 19, and that really helped me. And I've had just different programs I've done throughout the years. And it's just, I know for a fact, like without those things, I would not have succeeded. I would not have.
Yeah, love it.
Wow.
I want to leave you
Thank
guys
you for
with
sharing with
something.
us.
I don't know if you noticed, Kim, and I don't know, Paulette, if you've seen it. Something over the weekend went viral uh, on TikTok, which I don't watch, but it was on all my news feeds as well. And now I'm drawing a blank.
Don't you hate that?
Someone
Yeah.
in our community. So we all go on Instagram, and we try to keep our brand up on Instagram and have it as a live version of ourselves, and in keeping with what we do, so we possibly be hired. And this one woman whose name I'll think of in a second, I don't. Oh yeah, I have it in my email. Um, did the 10 types of reads, 10 read styles.
Oh,
And
I
it's
did
gone
see that.
viral, and she's like over 1 million right now, and it's really well done, and she's beautiful. And I mean, aside from the fact she's also beautiful, so it's easy to look at. And so I think there are many reasons why it went viral. But that's what I'm talking about in terms of standing out, and what you may be talking about is in terms of standing out. We're chipping away at branding and trying to be different, and yet you have to fit into some sort of box, as well as when you're an actor, you have to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Tawny Plattis is her name, and she's on, I'm sure it'll be in your inbox sometime this week, where she's got the different reads, and she stands here and she's just switching her reads, and it's very well done. Why didn't any of us do it? Why didn't any of us think of it? So for someone to stand out, they sent you a headshot or they sent you a demo. How does one stand out? You have to be creative with
Have to be creative.
your everything, your
You
branding, your
have to be
marketing.
creative and you have to own what you are. And I'll never forget, I got this email once from this voice actor, and he called himself the VO Grand Dude. He's an older guy. I love the name. And then he described himself, and I got a picture in my mind exactly who he was.
Oh my gosh, I love
And
that.
it's so unique, and it's so like, if if I ever needed an older guy that sounds super
There you go.
warm and friendly, and that would be the guy.
Yeah,
Wow.
very nice.
There's a lot of people that do viral stuff, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's luck. It's
The
luck.
problem is it's a lot to chase, and then you
Yeah,
can sometimes get lost in the shuffle of what your
absolutely.
intention is.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And then another one of our voiceover colleagues went viral with over 3 million views. And she said, you know how many jobs I got from that?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
3 jobs from 3 million views.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Anyway, okay. Thank
interesting.
you.
I think
So
that's great, though. I think that
much.
more power to her.
Yeah.
Yes, and she
Thank you
shared
for
that with
being
us.
here and
Yeah.
sharing some water with
Cheers.
us.
Next time. Next time,
We'll
Next
do it a
time.
little later for you.
I'll try to upgrade.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I cannot wait to hear more about
Yeah, these stories are incredible.
I have a
your
lot of
stories
stories.
and your manifesting stories. I think they're so interesting.
Man, yeah, I have a lot of stories. I have tons of stories. I could go on and on. But
Great
enough of
to
me.
meet
So
you.
glad to meet you.
So nice to meet you, gals. We'll see you
Cheers.
again, and let's get together, Natasha.
Sounds great.
Okay, all right, bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode of Speechless is brought to you by
Voice talent need quiet.
For us, quiet comes in the form of a StudioBricks booth.
I love my StudioBricks because it's whisper quiet in my incredibly noisy neighborhood.
And I love my booth because when clients see me on Zoom, they know I'm a pro.
Go to StudioBricks.com.
World-class sound isolation, light environmental footprint. Kim, have you ever made a pillow tent in your hotel room when a client asks for an audition or a job when you're away?
Yes, and I know what you're going to say. VOMO, the VO mobile booth, right?
Right, exactly. It's a portable vocal booth and ready for recording wherever and whenever. I feel like I really need that because I get nervous about pillow forts. So,
Yeah.
so why do we need it then?
Because it folds up very nice and neat and you can take it with you wherever you go.
Absolutely. And you can check it easily, which I've done many times. And also it comes with accessories like a light, and you can position your mic however you want.
No more pillow forts,
Yes,
please.
please. Vocalbooth2go.com for VO recording and accessories.
Speechless. Speechless.